being obeyed. Right, so I'm going to open a new US30 chart, which is not this one. Let me see this one. Right, so I have this new chart. I have this new chart here. Wonderful. So I'm going to do a top-down analysis of US30 so that you see. I think those that managed to attend the afternoon TikTok session, they actually they actually got a bit of understanding of what I was looking at and what I was expecting on US30. So they have a bit of an idea roughly. Right. So this is the monthly time frame. There's nothing much there. Let me go to the weekly. Right. Weekly time frame. Let me see. I don't know why it's not giving me this other information here to the left. US30 capital.com. Right. This one is okay. Right. We'll use this one. Right. So this is US30 monthly time frame. Monthly time frame US30. So the most important thing on the monthly time frame is for you to understand, to have a rough bias of where the market is coming from, where it can head to, major levels, whether it's a swing level or whatever on the monthly, because those levels are very important once we are not taking our trades on a lower time frame. Right. So monthly time frame, you can see that we had a simple, clear break of structure here, which is external structure. That was so simple, break of structure like this. That's a major break of structure. So that major break of structure, let me put it capital letter B like this. Capital letter B, it's resembling my major break of structure, right? I believe everyone knows what that is. So after the major break of structure, we went on and established this higher high. This one is a higher high because it shifted internal market structure or internal order flow. Internal order flow, it was shifted by that high. So that's our higher high, which you can see they haven't even touched it. All right, they haven't even broken it, which is good. So now on the monthly, the other thing that we must now do is to pinpoint our major levels. For example, here, that's a swing, higher low. That's a higher low like this on the monthly. This one is a high. That one's a higher high. So this one, we can't call it a higher low simply because we haven't taken out this high, right? So meaning the market, it can even decide to come and break and take out this. It can even decide to do that. But you can actually see that here, where it bounced, there was actually a what? A beautiful demand. Just this, I remember the other video or the other Zoom that we did, whereby I even spoke about this market coming to this demand. That was actually a major swing trade that you could have taken for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's actually a position trade, but that bias for those entire months, you're supposed to be looking at a bullish bias basically. So this is still our target going to the upside. Let us go down to the weekly to identify information that we might not be seeing on the monthly. So that's the zone here. You can see that was a fair value gap, and also this one was a demand. So basically they touched this entire zone, touching the fair value gap like that. So which is okay, not an issue. Below here, you can see a very clear demand. That demand that you are seeing below there, it's actually a high probability one because of the fact that above it, there's a lot of inducement liquidity. That's why it's a high probability demand. So remember what I said. So now on the weekly, you can see that since this is our higher low, previous higher low, higher high there. Even if you put a Fibonacci point A to point B at the top, like this, you realize that this move, the market came above the 50%, of which, remember what I've taught you about the concept of focusing. What the institutions do when they want to buy, they prefer buying in a discount zone. Discount zone is anywhere below the 50%. That's why they can still push down. They might not push now, but the probability of them coming all the way here is there. It's there, it's there, it's there, it's there. So now on the uh on the weekly, this was the internal shift of internal structure, right? Shift of internal structure like that, or shift of order flow, which made this a higher high, like this. But the good part now, I want you to pay attention now, for you to see what is the good part about you can call it market structure shift like this, or just a shift in order flow, whichever way you want to, so long you know what it is. Shift in order flow shift, you can say OF, order flow shift, or whatever, market structure shift, whichever way, so long you understand what that means, right? So market structure shift, it made this a higher high. Remember what is going to be our higher low. Our higher low is going to be that low that is going to shift internal order flow. Internal order flow I'm referring to, remember, after this, after they shifted market structure like this, you see they came back. Coming back, they actually gave this first pullback before the continuation. And if you follow structure there, you realize that it was like low, high, low, high, low, high, up until they took out the high like this. Up until they took out the previous high. The previous high was this one right here. The previous internal high was this one, which is a minor change of character. The reason why it's a minor change of character is because it's just a continuation of the same order flow. The major change of character is the one that would have initiated the bullish order flow, or the bullish market movement. But this one is just a minor one. And now you see, now the good part now about that one is that you can actually see that after this, so this can actually show us that this leg here, they can actually utilize this as their higher low, because of the fact that that was the leg that managed to shift internal order flow like this. You can call it market structure shift as well, like this. It's the same thing, one and the same thing, so long you understand what you are saying. So long you understand what you're saying, right? So this is an untapped demand. You can see this order block is not mitigated. Someone can say it's mitigated. It's not mitigated. You see, this candle failed, this one failed, then this one broke. So meaning this first pullback, which is this one, that's an inducement. This one already, you can see that is equal lows. Equal lows, what does it mean? Equal lows, what does it mean? It means liquidity. That is liquidity. So if liquidity, we have inducement there on the same zone, something like this. Already you can see that the probability of them coming to this demand before a continuation up. Before a continuation up, I'm referring to before they finish this entire movement, right, to the upside. So something like this, whereby they come and take out this liquidity, then shoot up, take out that high. This is very possible, very, very possible. So once you're on the weekly and the monthly, remember, all you're trying to do is to have a rough bias of where the market is overall coming from and where it is overall going. Right. So on the weekly, I think I've exhausted most of the details. Now I shift down to the daily. On the daily now, I now must have more details, or my analysis must now go deep, deep, deep there, because of the fact that it's lower than the monthly as well as the weekly. So here, if you zoom like this, you can even put it like this, right? So when you do like this, you realize that if you zoom in as well, there is a sort of like this bearish candle, this one. So that one is it's a it's a refined demand or refined order block, right? So already, let me hide this. So after that, market structure shift or change of character, whatever you want to call it, like this change of character, major, like this. After this, they came liquidity, generated liquidity, and that liquidity is bound to be still collected, right? So now the next important thing or the next important aspect of whatever is happening is for the market now to come and take out this. But for them to come and take out that, they can't just do that. They need to obey and follow structure. This is also a change of character coming down. I can put it like that. Change of character. They left liquidity there with those equal highs. In this case, they can even come all the way. You can see they touched this supply, but they can even come all the way to wipe either this level here, or this entire level. Just so long they've collected this this liquidity. So here I can say something like this: minor change of character. That one is the one that is going to facilitate this pullback that we want. This pullback that went down before the continuation up, it's going to be facilitated by that. But remember, after they change character, they want just to go from there, because remember, so external structure, you can see external structure, as I say, that we are bullish. Then internal structure, they are now also bullish because they changed this character. Here they were coming down, which was bearish. Now they are bullish. So the next important point that you now must know is the fact that after this change of character, they didn't take out this. They went up like this. That was your higher high from there, previous high like this. So we can focus on this as our external structure. So if this is our external structure, it means our internal structure, which is this one, right? Remember here, I'm anticipating, because that one is now a higher high. Once you now have a higher high, market must come down and create a higher low. Higher low, I'm expecting it to be created here. So now we're anticipating it to go down. But that going down, it won't just go down in a straight line. It will go down also in form of order flow. In form of order flow, what do I mean? After the end of an institutional move, which was in this case, this change of character. That's an institutional move. We anticipate a pullback before a continuation like this. So already, so meaning this buy to the upside, that's the pullback that we want before the continuation down like this, then like this. So simple structure, so much simple. So this is the main structure now. This is the main structure. This is the main structure. So another thing now is also the fact that once you go down to the 4-hour, you also see some more details that maybe you might not have seen on the daily, that you might not have seen on the daily. Right. So once you zoom in like this, zoom in on the 4-hour. Once you zoom in on the 4-hour, remember after this major change of character, you're now anticipating a pullback. First the supply, we have this one. Next one, we have that one. Last one, we have this one. Of those three, you realize that for this market to keep on going down, right? Because remember, they want to come and touch down here. So if they want to come and touch down there, they have to follow respecting that order flow like that, respecting it as it will be going down. So respecting it as it will be going down, we can say, because this is our major change of character. After that major change of character, you are now anticipating something like this. This is your lower low. Why is it a lower low? Because it shifted this internal structure or sub-internal structure here. Once you now have a lower low, what must happen? Market must go up. Go up to what extent? That's the $1 million question. To what extent? That's the $1 million question. So, to what extent? I'm looking at because even if you follow this inside structure, right? That was a low, that was a low, that was a high, that was a high. Remember what I even showed you in the afternoon? They broke here. They broke there. They broke there, they broke there, they broke there like this. So here also, you can see that. So for them to keep on dropping, they have to maintain this bearish order flow like this. They mustn't take out that lower high. So in this case, the confirmation to go up is this one. This internal change of character, because it's the one that confirmed that this is a lower low because it's lower than that. So now, even the going up, you now see why we took this buy. Remember, once you now have a lower low, this is a lower low, whether you're looking at this inside structure or looking at it from the external level, it's still a lower low, right? So once we now have a lower low, what must happen? Market must go up. That's basic knowledge. We're actually talking about that in the group yesterday. Once you now have a lower low like this, market must now go up. Going up, you can target, if you want to be humble, you can target this previous high. If you want to maximize, you can even hold it all the way maybe to this supply or that other one, something like this. So that is what we are looking at on US30. Once it gets to this zone, we are anticipating a drop because bearish order flow, it will still be maintained. So so long as it's maintaining that bearish order flow, it means it can still continue dropping up until they reach their zone, which is around there. Right. So now you see why we took the buys. We took the buys based on this major change of character, which we know that after every major change of character, which is a major institutional move, we anticipate a pullback before a continuation, where it will pull back around here and around there. That's where we're anticipating it. So going down to the 1 hour, I'm not just going there to identify or to identify a proper entry, a proper entry for my trade, right? So proper entry for my trade, you realize in this case, they came to this high, failed to break, which is a bit of I can't really say an issue, but we want them to break there. Once they break there, we know that they are now going up. We know that they are now going up. So they came, they dropped. So it's still a bit of tricky situation there, but otherwise, so far so good. So far so good. We're anticipating buys because of all those reasons. Even if I go down to 30 minutes, I'll simply be right. So this is 30 minutes. 30 minutes, you can see it's clear now because 30 minutes they changed character. So after the change of character like this, what did they do? They pulled back, which is something that you now know by now. Pulled back where? Pulled back like this. Right. So that pullback, remember what I've told you about pullbacks. That pullbacks, right. So are we still together, guys?
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are together.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So
Yeah, we are together.
what is going on now is what is going on right now is the fact that on the 30 minute, yes, they seem like they've taken out, but on the 1 hour they didn't. So if they haven't confirmed they're on the 1 hour, it still has some room to play around and confirm there as well. But on the 15-minute, once you go down, you also realize how we entered our buys in the morning. Our buys in the morning, we took them based on this demand. Why? Because even if you go to 1 hour, you realize that that entire demand, they tapped it. This one, right? They were within this demand. Demand went out, came down, went out, came down, went out. So that was a major demand where they were. So when I went to 15-minute, I just saw that we're within the major demand. But even though we're in the major demand, all I need is entry confirmation or entry confluence. So in this particular case, I saw it going like that, shifting these internal structures, tapping the demand, which was where we entered. Then around up there, that's when I actually said shift your stop loss to entry and log profits. So that was the first entry. Then the second one, you can see they pulled back into fair value gap, order block, fair value gap, and order block, which was also another entry that you could have entered. So now, all I can say for now is the market now is sort of like if it fails to break here, we'll be in a tricky situation, which is not that tricky, but it will just be a matter of collecting liquidity. This is liquidity. 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 So for them to collect this liquidity, they mustn't take out this high. Once they take out this high, they have now made these their higher lows. Once those ones are their higher lows, what do you expect? So this liquidity, we have a zone here where they can actually come to. Because once they take out this, they've made this their higher, their focus or the demands to focus on. But if they haven't, they can still come down all the way here before going up. Come down, take out this liquidity, wipe it, then go up. So they will still have some room if ever they don't take out this one. Because remember, on the 1 hour, they just rejected. There's also liquidity there, but so far so good. So far so good, nothing hazy. So once they come, drop down or collect this liquidity, you can actually buy here. But if they don't, if they take out this one, you can wait for a minor pullback before the continuation up. So basically, that's the setup for US30. Anyone on the question based on what I've spoken? Oh, let me see. Anyone with a question based on what I spoke? So, silence, I believe it means people they've understood. Okay, wonderful. So let's proceed to. So you notice it was the same setup that I had on my analysis. Same setup. Gold. Right, gold. Gold is is I can say it's also at a very tricky but good zone. Tricky but good zone. Tricky but good zone. So here, same highs, equal highs, which is liquidity now because they can wipe that, collect that liquidity, then come down. That is on the monthly. On the weekly, almost the same information on the weekly, same highs, same lows. That's a consolidation. Consolidation. So on the weekly, you can see the consolidation. So now, let's look on the daily. Let's see. Right. So on the daily, you realize that if you follow structure coming down, it was something like this. like this, up until this first inner. This is a minor change of character. This is a major. So once you understand the concept of minor and major change of character, it will actually help you to see opportunities where others are not even seeing opportunities. The major one is this one. So this one was the confirmation that we are now going up. Indeed, we are going up like this. Like this. It is a minor. If you notice, that minor actually gave you opportunities to buy. So here we will be targeting that highest point, because that highest point, this one, you realize that the first time it came didn't touch. So here you can even come and touch, reject, close below, then drop. So now here, this inner or minor change of character, it was facilitated with a pullback like this, came back. So long it was in that zone, we were buying. So long it was in this region here, we were actually buying. Here, if you refine the zone based on the 4-hour, you discover this is the zone here, which is this demand, like this. Right. So meaning after this change of character coming back to our zone, you're supposed to take a buy from there, targeting. If you wanted to be humble, this level. Right. So after you bought and took out that high, they just kept on going up and up and up. They just kept on going up and up and up. So here, that's my swing. Is it my swing lower low? Yes, it goes lower than that. So it kept on going. As it was going, you can see that was a high, low, high, low, high, something like this, something like this, something like this. Up until they shifted. So the time they shifted there, that was your higher high, because it's higher than the previous one there, which is here, higher high. That's your higher low because it broke that higher high, as you can see. Right. So after the break there, which was the full move, same thing. The way you ended these buys, you would remember what I've told you. For if you want to maximize, you can follow inside structure. By the time it shifts inside structure, that's when you come out of that particular trade. Right. So higher low there, you notice the same thing that we entered previously. It's the same way you would have also entered these ones. Like this, change of character, internal, came all the way to the demand. Like this, that was an entry. Entry targeting there, or targeting the shift of order flow. Order flow, you notice that they shifted around this level. You would have maximized all those gains just by following structure and order flow. So after they broke this structure, they shifted order flow around here, making that a higher high. Once you have a higher high, market must drop. That one you now know. So it actually dropped. And that drop, you realize that, so this drop, you're going to target the demand around here because order flow was still bullish. But now they came and wiped out that swing low. which is not even an issue because you would have caught the sales from there, targeting the demand around that level. Like this. Something like this, yeah, whereby right, something like this. Something of this nature. Or you could have done something like this. Change of character. They came, wiped all the liquidity, tapped into our previous swing high. Just they then here they came, closed above, came back below, which is actually sort of like a fake out. So meaning there you could have actually sold because on the 4 hour you realize that was just a rejection. On the 4 hour you realize that was just a rejection. So that was a beautiful sell that you could have caught from there, targeting these previous levels, targeting the previous levels or targeting the overall demand, which is around this area, of which they came, wiped out everything, broke this. After they broke that, that's a major change of character. Major change of character. After the major change of character, the market. Let me see. Put a line here. Oh, they didn't break here. They didn't break here. I don't know what I'm even saying. I thought maybe I had calculated maybe to see if they'd broken, but they didn't break. I want to stretch this demand. So this demand, if you stretch it out, right? So they actually came to the demand, which is good. So order flow here, you can see that this is bullish. We have this, we have this, we have that higher high, with this higher low, with that higher high. Now we have another low here. So where are they targeting? They are targeting to take out the high, previous high, which is there. So also externally bullish, internally, they are now also what? Bullish. Internally, they are now also bullish because of this. Had they failed to take this out, they were still gonna be bearish. So change of character. Any untapped demand. Yes, I touched the fair value gap in the demand zone like this. Right, so that's a demand where I'm anticipating gold to come to before going up. Because remember, bullish order flow, they've established a higher low, same higher low again. So meaning we are simply anticipating a continuation to the upside. Yeah, a continuation to the upside. That's what we're now anticipating. But we don't just buy anyway. We wait for confirmation, especially here in this zone. That's a very good zone to buy. That's a very good zone to buy Nasdaq. I mean gold, I'm not saying Nasdaq. Are we together, guys? Are we together? Are we together? So gold right now, the most important thing is the pullback. Pullback before the continuation. Pullback before the continuation. Pullback before the continuation, something like this. So for that drop to happen, you can even go to 1 hour. You'll see, once you see 1 hour confirmation, that's when you jump in. Once you jump in, then you see what to do. So same thing here. Change of character or shift in internal. This one now is there to facilitate the pullback. Remember, they have changed character to the upside, but they've never pulled back, right? So after this change of where is the major change of characters? This one. They didn't pull back by any chance. So meaning for the pullback to happen, it has to happen after the change of character, number one. Number two, we have to shift order flow. We have to collect liquidity. Those are powerful points. On the 30-minute, you can see it's more clear. The zone is more clear like that. Right, the zone is so clear. Once you come there, it's a selling opportunity. Once they come there, it's a selling opportunity right here. Like this. So US30 and gold, I think we've touched. US30, we're in trades already. Like this. Right. So it's something else, but this is our setup. So guys, anyone with a question, best do not have shared. If you have any question, but this is actually the setup for gold and US30. So gold, you can even wait for it to come so that you don't have two counter trades running. Trades that will be opposing order flow. At least if you have one. Or US30 seems like it's about to take the high out we just talked about. Are you going to publish this? Yes, definitely. So the best selling zone for gold is this one. That's why we are going to sell there. That's why we are going to sell gold. Here, this is liquidity. Equal highs, that's simply liquidity there. So gold, planning to sell right here. We sell and we drop all the way to the downside. Let me go back to the 4 hour so that you see the structure more simpler. So here they now have a higher low. Once you now have a higher low, markets must go up. But it won't just go up in a straight line. They changed this inside character or this inside structure here. So them pulling back, they are pulling back into a discount as well as an untapped demand before they continue. Which is collecting liquidity before they go up. Because also the good part is that the zone there where it is, it's also a let me show you to the left. It's also a supply zone, if you notice. It was a previous supply to the left, right? So it being a previous supply to the left, it's still also going to be respected around our region there, right? So the reason why we're anticipating that is because of change of character has happened, and now we anticipate a reversal before a continuation. So this is the gold setup. I hope we're going to share the signal as well. Maybe to be here around tomorrow. There on the zone there. That's for gold. US30. Let me go to US30. US30. So this is US30, which we did speak about. So it's almost a similar thing, but the opposite. The opposite. Gold, if you notice, they broke structure. Here, US30, they changed character, right? Which is good. Then internally, once you follow internally, what they are doing internally here, because this is being considered as an external. It came to, so this one, it's now a lower low. Then here, even if we come here, it will also still be, it will actually be a lower high. A lower high here, like this. So once they continue like this, it means they can continue like that up until they reach their major zone, whether to the downside of things. So this internal change of character is one that confirmed this as a lower low. Once you now have a lower low, market must go up. Going up, these are our targets, those supply zones. From those supplies, we're expecting a huge drop, a huge drop. Right. So I think I explained also because US30, it's a trade that we actually took in the morning. I think I also explained. Wonderful. It's moving so well. Once it takes out that high, it means now the only pullback that you have is a pullback into because these demands, they were all tapped. It can still retap any one of those demands, but basically you can see that it's flying nicely up. So yeah, let's go to the 1 hour. Right, so even if it takes this out, it means according to the hourly, this is our change of character. Right, it came first time, failed, second time, then it succeeded. Once it succeeds, they can still come down here like this, because these guys, they love liquidity so much. So it's still something that is it's still pointing to the upside of things, still pointing to the upside of things. Bias is still bullish. Nothing has changed. Then gold, I said we are waiting for a pullback into a zone before we sell. Gold. This is gold. Daily. Daily, we are bullish externally. Broke structure there. After we broke structure, establish this as a higher low. Once you now have a higher low like this, it means if we come back there and fail to break, we're going to go up. Didn't you just say it wouldn't collect liquidity anymore if they break? If they break the 1 hour, you guys sometimes they're not listening. You're not even listening. You're not even listening. You're not even listening. You're not even listening. This is the 1 hour level. They failed. So if they close above, they can still come down all the way down here. They've nothing restricting them to come down there. Even if they come, they are still obeying structure. So I don't know what you're saying now. I don't know what you're saying now. So gold, let me go back. Gold, gold best selling zone is up there. We sell there, then we drop. We sell there, then we drop all the way. Change of character, come back down before they go continuation up. So yeah, gold, that's the setup. Clean setup. Once they come to the zone there, you can actually sell. Come to this one, reject, close below, you can actually sell there. So that is our setups for gold as well as US30. Most of the updates, you'll find them there in the free group, because once I see that maybe one of the opportunities is now at hand, I'll simply give the signal or give you a heads up that this and this and this and that, it's happening. So, but so far so good. So far so good. Even Nasdaq, it's still on the same zone. I said this is a liquidity zone. They'll wipe out that before they go up. Right. So those are our setups basically. Let me go to VIX. VIX 75, we took a beautiful sell around here. Right. So it's a sell that is still dropping. My TP1 is this one, TP2 is down there. This one is just for formality's sake, but my real TPs are down there. Beautiful sell is dropping nicely. Change of character, came back to the zone, major zone, they tapped the major higher time frame zone. So yeah, this one I explained also. There's a video that we did on VIX 75 where we fully explained what's gonna happen, and it's happening exactly as we explained. So even if you watched the video, you actually at a good advantage to know what I'm talking about. You're at a better advantage for you to know what I'm talking about. So those are our structures. Those are my setups currently for US30 and gold.